What?
Did you guys hear what Rich said? That if you were a celebrity couple, your name would be Aloof.
It would?
It's close to aloof, which...
It's very close to Aloof. I have, before we leave the stage, I had a run-in with Ruth Connell this morning that maybe... It raised more questions than it answered, and you know damn well what I'm talking about. She's wearing, obviously, fantastic boots today, so... We've already sort of established this is PoopCon, but also it's kind of BootCon, because there's poop on my boots. Ruth has great boots. You love to rub other people's boots. It's sort of a sexual fetish. So it's a BootCon.
Okay.
And
sounds like you're saying something else, but okay.
like convoy? No, it's convention.
No, like boo. Like boo.
Why do you say boo? Boo. Everybody knows BootCon. Boo. Not boo.
Really? You said BootCon.
BootCon.
Fine, go ahead. Ruth's boots.
Let me tell you something. When you make the t-shirt that says Bob said BootCon.
Are you saying green boobs?
I'm just a simple man.
Just go on.
With my New Jersey guitar player.
So as you were.
Ruth is wearing these boots and we're complimenting the boots. Like, Ruth, these are great boots.
I know.
Boots. And she says, thank you. I forgot I had them. For a long time. And I said, that makes no fucking sense. They're 4 feet tall. Green suede boot. Like, you don't lose, you can hide behind them, but you can wear one of those boots in a Halloween costume if you turn it upside down. You literally can live in one of those boots. You can say, hey, I'm wearing my apartment and my summer house. You can exist in those boots. So how did you lose them in your closet?
I hid them in plain sight.
Have you seen her closet?
Apparently not.
I hid them in plain sight on top of my wardrobe and I had other things on top. And I went to get my silver sparkly shoes for tonight and then 3 boxes kind of tumbled down on top of me.
Oh.
These were one of the boxes. So
Well,
like a new old boots.
I'm still lost in the fact that you have a wardrobe. That's so fancy. So British.
Rather than a closet.
Oh man.
The thing is, it's about 4 feet tall, but she's.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Aloof.
We shall keep aloof, Alaina, from forthwith. We shall now be known as aloof.
Aloof.
But these are, the reason I got them was because, do you remember the episode where there's a close-up on Rowena's purple boots? As she stepped I'd been away for a while and came back. So I liked them so much, I went to the shop and got them in all the different colours. So they're from then.
Do you have the purple ones too?
I got the purple ones and black ones, and I think I got grey ones, but I had sent them back. They're the wrong size.
What store?
From 9 West. Rowena shops in 9 West. They've got padded soles, so they're spiky, but they're really comfy. Oh, yeah. Could anybody else talk about boots all day? What about boots? Can you talk about boots?
The only problem with boots is they take up so much space in your luggage.
Yeah, especially your luggage.
Yeah, I'm a light packer.
Alaina says to me today, she's like, I overpacked for this weekend. She has one bag that's smaller than mine, small handbag.
Yeah, I have like a little, it's a purse, but I take it as my duffel. And that's, I don't know, I can live for a week on that. It has my sneakers, my curling iron.
I mean, your clothes are scrunched up really, really small. But
I also don't pack boots.
But you pack shoes, like she'll pull up a pair of high heels. It's like, you know the line in which the wardrobe?
Yeah.
Their wardrobe? Alaina has a magic bag wardrobe.
Like my shopping.
Yeah, she opens up and like everything.
I've got it. Yeah.
Anyway, I was really proud of myself recently when I went on a trip for a weekend and I packed a similar size bag and I had to like message Alaina about it, send her pictures. I was like, look, proof.
Yeah. But before that, she had everything on her bed. She's like, I'm trying to pack, and like the entire wardrobe was on her bed. But then you did. You got what you needed.
I sent photographs to people.
Yeah. I have a rule with packing. Like with my kids, when we go on trips, I'm probably going to scar them. Everyone's allowed one backpack. Because, I don't know, I have a thing. So I teach my kids, I'm like, pack what you want and then take half of it out. Because you only, like, pay attention when you travel somewhere. Even me, I overpacked this week. I'm here till Wednesday. And I'm like, I could have done with less.
But if they put a backpack each, then they have to look after their own stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And everybody, like, you know, they don't, like, they're not little anymore, so my kids don't need, like, toys or anything like that. And usually, like, if we're going on a vacation, we're going somewhere like the beach or there's going to be a pool. So I'm guessing like 2 of the 3 days, they're not even going to wear clothes. They're just wearing swimsuits.
Especially Lincoln.
Yeah, like Lincoln won't wear a swimsuit even. He just likes to be
What's your
naked.
nickname for Lincoln?
Which-
Huffman?
Yeah, so Lincoln has this this gray fuzzy robe his brother bought him for Christmas, and so he used to walk around the house. And you know when you like tie a robe but it like separates and you have to keep putting it together? He doesn't put it back together. So he just walks around naked with this robe on, and it's tied, but it's wide open. So I call him Huffner.
Not Hefner, Huffner.
Huffner.
We should answer a question.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, my question is for Ruth, although I love you both. I don't know if you would have any advice, but my daughter is half British because her dad is Scottish and English, and she has grandparents in Scotland, and Inverness wants to move there next year. And she has a...
What happened? It's my phone.
She has... She has a double degree from college in video and film production and acting, and theater acting, and she wants to try and work in the UK and maybe get a job with BBC or something. And would you have any advice about that? Like she's thinking of Glasgow.
What is it she wants to focus on?
Like I think she would take whatever job she could get. That's what she got the dual degree, so she can work behind the camera as well as in front of it. Like she's a really good actress and singer.
Why, I love Inverness. Okay, we call Inverness Inverschnecki. It's really far northeast. It's where the Vikings landed. It's really far north. The really cool thing at the moment in Britain and Ireland is, you know, like Game of Thrones, Outlander, there's lots of stuff filming. So it's not the worst time. How old is she?
Well, she's 24 because she had to take classes for an extra year to do the double degree. But she was thinking about Glasgow. Do you think that's a better idea? Because a lot of grandparents are in Inverness, so she might start there and then try to...
Inverness is gorgeous and cute. It's got this airport. You arrive into Inverness Airport, and it's one room. The size of the stage is the airport, and you come off the plane. So you come off the plane, you walk in. This is the airport, and that's the luggage belt there. And then you walk out. Like that's how big it is. So it's a wonderful place to visit. I don't know if it's like the epicenter of work. Like Glasgow's fun and happening. Have you been to Glasgow? No. Have you been to Edinburgh?
I've never been to Scotland.
What's wrong with you?
I know. I'm waiting until you take me.
Alaina's part Scottish too. Do you know
Yeah.
that? Her granny's Scottish. Yeah, no, that deserves a round of applause. In fact, who here is not Scottish in any way, shape, or form? You're not? Really? I don't believe you. Trace everyone back enough, we got around. So that was very little advice. I just told you about Inverness Airport.
I know about that airport. It used to only have 2 gates. I think it has 3 now. I know. But you can see all the gates from sitting in one place.
You know,
I like that.
anybody go to, like, you went to Tokyo, you're Canadian in America, like, I think there's wonderful merit to going anywhere and trying to do something, and she will find her path. I don't think, she sounds like she doesn't need advice, it sounds like she's sorted.
Yeah, and actually, I can speak on that as well because I have dual citizenship and so do my kids, and I think it's, and I've worked all over the world. I think it is important to go try things and kind of give it a season. And by season, I mean like maybe a good couple of years.
She could be does she have an American accent? She could be the way like I've got the one Scottish role.
Yeah.
So
That's a very real thing.
She could like get whatever American role was there. Good luck to her.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name is Pandora.
Oh.
I call her Pandy. So I kind of killed it, but she goes by Pandora professionally.
Beautiful.
She's doing a play in Buffalo, New York. She's going to be in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. She's one of the
Oh my word.
Wow. Oh, beautiful.
That's so funny. When I was in Glasgow I started off doing workshops at the Scottish Actors Studio, and there was an American lady there doing Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I remember seeing that at that workshop. That's so cool. Good luck. Please give her our best.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi. This is the earliest panel I've done in a long time. Are we making sense?
It's also like 7 a.m. for you.
It's 7 a.m. Oh my god. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Should I make you get up and dance? No.
There's like mixed reactions.
There's mixed feelings by that. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
Hi.
Where did you get your dress?
Oh, internet.
It's cool.
It's actually the Rowena dress with my poison ivy lines.
So it is! You look awesome! You look like a mixture between Rowena and Poison Ivy.
I was calling it Poison Rowena.
That's rad.
That's awesome.
Well, question for both of you. If you could cosplay any character, who would it be and why?
Abaddon.
Rowena. I kind of like this Poison Rowena though. Great idea. No. Let's do that one time.
What about a saintly Abaddon? Would that ever work?
I love it. Remember that NOLA convention where you were the dead witch?
There was dead Rowena.
She was dead Rowena. She was
It's not hard to connect to.
She was in character like the whole she went to karaoke. She never broke character.
You know, at one point Rob came up to me and he's like, you can take a break before. I was like, why would I want to take a break from being dead Rowena? This is awesome.
She was really lovely. Yeah, that's what she did all night. She had this mask on. But Ruth has like a connection to New Orleans, so I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
We're connected.
Yeah, when I went to New Orleans on my bus tour, we were touring the #1 graveyard. Have you ever been? Have you heard of it? Those cemeteries in New Orleans? And the tour guide moved to the side, and as he moved his head to the side, I was like, oh, there's the McConnell family tomb. Wonder if there's any ancestors in there.
Yeah.
I think so. I like to think so.
The witches.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Kim. I love you both. This question is more towards Alana, but Ruth, if you want to comment.
Oh, I'll chime in, don't worry.
I'll let you answer for me just to see if you know what I'll say.
I'm a huge fan of Hillywood, and I love the second Supernatural parody too. I just wanted to say, I really loved Alana's part as the little girl, and I just want to know, how did you not bust out laughing every time you saw that teddy bear?
I did. I laughed. Oh, you can answer.
I did. I bust out laughing every time I saw it. Like, I could barely get through the shots.
This is how my friends feel about me. Oh my god.
I remember, there's lots of pictures of you with that teddy.
Yeah, it was funny. It was really funny. I did laugh. And Osric was so sweet because I'd look at him and he'd laugh at me, and I was like, don't laugh at me. And we had to play with it because obviously I was playing a little girl, so it was funny. Those girls are so talented. Like, they're so amazing. I'm so impressed with all of the work that they do. It's just a further testimony of this amazingness.
Is the new one out yet?
The umbrella one?
Yeah, the umbrella one.
Umbrella Academy one? No.
Is that a secret? Am I not supposed to say that?
No, it's been public.
It's public, yeah.
I've seen it on
I feel like I just saw it on Instagram, so I'm safe to say it. It's not out yet. Matt Cohen.
None of this ever happened.
I should just go home now, right?
I know why you came.
Hi! You're not paying attention!
Sorry.
Sorry, continue your discussion. No, what were you talking about? What were you saying? Oh, come on. I'm just gonna give you a hard time because I was blinded by the lights up here and I'm looking downstairs. What were you talking about? What was your disco? What were you saying? Come on.
We were talking about our photo ops this year, last year. Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about their photo ops with who? With me?
I was with you last year.
Yeah, but which photo op were you talking about? Misha, talking about Misha. Okay, alright. Okay, but you're just over here talking about Misha. It's fine, it's fine.
you just want to talk about Misha, guys? Talk about Misha.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey. It's great, and
Thanks for having us.
I live like 10 minutes away. But my
You're 10 minutes away.
yeah,
That's so cool.
it's fun.
I'm from Scotland. I don't know people are actually from here. That's amazing.
So my question is, what's your favorite like aspect of your characters and like your favorite part of playing that character?
I love that Adam talked about this yesterday. It was really, thank you, Mommy.
I never normally have to do.
She's really like unapologetic. I love that she was focused on her mission, and I actually like that she was a bit arrogant too. Like, she came to her own demise, but I liked it. I liked that she sort of was just very focused on what she wanted.
I have the same answer. I love that Rowena doesn't say sorry. Sometimes she is a little bit sorry, but only because it went wrong, not because she did anything bad. So something similar, just that lack of apology for taking up the space that she wants to take up.
I feel like that though with like a lot of strong female characters. Like I do feel like I tweeted this a while back. I went in for an audition, and it was to play. I can't remember now if it was a legal show or something, and it was like a captain position. It was a very high up position, but the show was centered around the male lead, who would have been this person's subordinate. And in the scene, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get the scene in my head. I was really struggling with it for my audition. And I was like, oh, she's apologizing. She apologized like 3 times in a 2-page scene. And not like, I'm sorry, but it was very passive aggressive. And I was like, I know it was written because he's the stronger character in the show, but it's not real. If she were his superior, she wouldn't apologize for dismissing him. And so, yeah, it messed me up. I just thought it was really weak.
So you didn't do it? Like,
I did it. I didn't do a good audition. I didn't like it.
yeah, so we like women that don't say sorry. Thank you. So you can continue talking about Misha now. Now that we've had your attention. Good day.
Hi.
Hi.
This question's for Ruth. What was your first impression when you met Jensen and Jared?
When I met them, because I think like everybody else, when I watched when I got the audition for the show, had you seen the show before you auditioned? So when I got the sides, I watched 14 episodes of the show that weekend.
Oh wow! Which ones? Like, did you start from season 1?
I started with a pilot, then I jumped to, I think, Mark Shepherd coming in. I had an idea it was to do with him, even though I didn't see the script, and Theo's episode, and end of season 8, which at this point I was reading the reviews and understood what bits everybody really liked. And so then I was totally confused. I didn't know what was going on, so I went from, and then I went back to season 1 and watched episode 2, and like it went all over the shop. And like a lot of people, I just spent, a long time trying to decide which one I liked the best. I couldn't choose. When I met them in person, my first impression of my first day filming was Jensen's directing. Have you been directed by Jensen? And the set was so peaceful. I now know that it's not always like that. Like there's something about when Jensen directs, there's a calm, and everyone was working quietly, and he stood in front of me and he was like, another redhead. With Serge, and he took the time that first day he found out where I was from, how long I'd been in America, like, he really took the time. So my first impression was, wow, these lead actors in America are really, really nice. I actually don't think that's always the case. And then with Jared, I met him, and what I really remember about him though was that everyone had a flu, and I got the flu, And so I bumped into him and Jen in the supermarket near where we stay in Vancouver. And he was so like, Ruth, this is Jen, this is my wife. Like, with Bichette would be in the pusher. And I was like, don't touch me! Because he's so huggy. And I had the flu and I didn't want to make him sick. So my first impression of him was like, wow, he remembers people's names. Like, I've been on set once, so I just, wonderful first impressions. I mean, they've gone downhill since then. What about you? What were your first impressions?
Yeah, same. I didn't really know much about them. I didn't really do much research on the show, but when I walked into the makeup trailer the first morning, they were literally just in there like shooting the shit, and it's like, alright, these guys are cool.
And they're similar, they're like of your height range.
Yeah, we were in the same
your
climate.
people.
Yeah. They're my people. Well, actually, I was like, oh yes, tall dudes. Because a lot of times when I go to work, you know, I work sometimes with a lot of shorter men, and which is fine. It's just that usually they're like, I don't know, people can't really get past it. So
It's true as well, as a woman. I remember one particular story about a show, series regular, where the lead was going to be shorter, and that was maybe going to be awkward, right?
I've definitely lost jobs because I'm taller, and I'm not that tall. I'm 5'9". But
It's really quick to tell.
But yeah, but they're both from Texas, and I lived in Texas for a while, and so oddly, our first conversation was about Texas, and my ex-husband was a choreographer, so for some reason they were talking about Vanilla Ice, and he was Ice's choreographer, so that was what we bonded over.
John did this?
Yeah, all over the world.
That was John?
Yeah, he was like
I didn't know
15, 16, yeah, all over the world. Yeah.
Elaborate and this, and I sit back with brand new veg and stuff, and go, I don't know, turn off the lights, and I'll go to the extreme, I'll walk with Mike like a vandal, and occasionally I'll like a candle. I don't know if we've answered your question, but thank you so much. She's still there.
Thank you.
Love you, thank you. I like your wings. Did you meet them?
She's also thinking about Misha.
Yeah, you're channeling Misha. The Misha force is strong.
It's almost like we're at a convention for Supernatural. Weird. It's so bizarre.
Hi. So I was wondering, out of the supernatural, like Winchester brothers, including Castiel and Jack, because they're part of the family, who's your favorite?
Jack.
You guys,
No, Alex is my favorite. It's a joke. No, but he is. No, Alex is wonderful.
yeah, he is. He's a great guy.
Alex,
Loves Alka.
I'm going to say, like, I'm like his auntie. I'm like his auntie Ruth, auntie Rowena. I love him. He gives me hope for the future. If young men are all like Alka with his intelligence and sensitivity and awareness and feminism, we're going to be okay. He's awesome. Misha's one of a club. I love Misha. Misha has a special place in both our hearts, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's been so kind
Yeah.
to us. Jared and Jensen. I mean, honestly, it's like choosing your child. I could
Yeah, it
never
depends on the
choose.
day.
Depends which one's been nicest to me most recently. Jensen has been. Oh, he can be so generous and he's so emotionally solid.
He's also just fun.
Incredible. He's fun.
Yeah, he's fun.
Jared is diabolical. Gives the best hugs. I had some of the most esoteric conversations with Jared. They're so different, the four of them are so different. You have such different relationships with each of them. So it's not fair to pick one.
Yeah.
Except for Alex. As long as you tell him I said.
Alex has this like sort of like sensitive bad boy thing. Like he's an artist, but like he rolls his sleeves on his button-ups.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. You got it like that.
And he giggles at really silly stuff.
Yeah.
He's really fun.
Yeah. I mean, they did pretty good.
I know. I wonder if that's part of the casting process. Just like find wonderful men.
It's certainly the reason it's lasted as long as it has.
It is the reason it's lasted as long as it has. I'm
One factor.
so grateful to how Jared and Jensen lead the show. And honestly, Misha has gone above and beyond at times to like personally help both of us out with any kind of co-colleague type situation. I'm getting a bit sick in my own mouth talking, saying such nice things about him for so long. So I think let's end it.
There are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Which one's your favorite?
This is a lot of pressure.
Right?
It is. Okay, so character-wise, like for when based off of my favorite character, even though I'm dressed as Cass, no one hate me, but I love Dean. Dean girl. I mean, I love you too, but we're talking Winchesters. I can't pick a favorite actor because they're all the best.
They're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Madison,
Madison.
I was wondering if your characters met each other, what would happen?
Yeah. They can't even. You know, they sit in the writer's room and they're like, so when Rowena? No, can't do it.
There was talk once of us doing a sketch. Do you remember this?
No.
You don't remember this?
Like an official one, like from the writers?
Jim Michaels, I think, mentioned it. So the
That's
idea
me.
was they were going to follow the back of a redhead walking down a corridor and like get into like an audition room situation and like have Felicia and me and Alaina and Julie, who else?
Redheads.
All the redheads in a room, like have them knocking on the door. But it's true, you very rarely ever have two redheads in the same show, never mind scene. So I think it would be pretty epic.
Two women.
It would be epic if we were to. No, it's a delete. It's really quiet out here. We can't hear you. It's okay. It's okay. You're coming. It's fine. We're fine. We're amongst friends. Did we answer your question? I have no recollection.
Yeah,
Oh dear, this is waking me up. No.
Hi. Oh, Jesus.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Danielle from here.
Oh, from here. Here's pretty cool.
My question is, if you guys switched characters for a day, what would be the first thing you'd do as each other's character?
Would I also be tall?
Okay, real though, I had this experience, this has nothing to do with characters, so forgive me, but I had this experience where I was in Target one day and I had to buy something and I was kind of in a rush and this man, Target, and this man like came rushing at me. He was a big guy, like maybe 6'5", quite big, and he just was very interested in me. And I was on the phone and he was following me around Target. I was on the phone with my girlfriend. And I was kind of intimidated. I was like, I don't know if this guy was wrong with him, but I felt a little bit afraid. And then for the first time, I was like, this is how Ruthie goes around the world.
This is my life.
I was like very real. I was like, oh my God, I'm not very easily intimidated by size, but I was very like, damn, I mean, whoo. Yeah.
Yeah, I once was on a step ladder beside Jared and Jensen and I had like a minute of their perspective. It's kind of funny looking down on everyone all the time.
You also notice where you need to dust in your house.
Yeah, if I would, so what was the question?
If we could switch characters, what would we do?
The first thing we would do, I would just get out of a bath naked looking awesome. I would just do it over and over. Wow, this is how I look now. This is awesome. Woo, these are my boobs.
That was so, that's so funny because it's CW, right? So obviously like nobody was naked, but it was written much more visual than it actually was. I was a little nervous about it. I was like, oh,
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird to do those things because you're with all your colleagues, all the crew, who all these like
But you
essentially
know their spouses and their kids.
yeah, Canadian men,
Yeah.
really polite and respectful. And you're like, oh, here's my goodness.
Yeah.
In January,
And like in between takes, you're like, so how's hockey?
Yeah, it's weird. No, it's weird. It's weird. It's always weird. But that wasn't your question, was it? I remember that wasn't your question. I did
You
answer.
said you'd get out of
I did
the
answer.
bathroom.
Did you see what you would do?
I would say something Scottish.
Go then, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No.
No, come on. Oh, no, you brought it up.
No. Wait. Sometimes when Ruth's tired, I just have to talk to her on FaceTime because I don't understand. I'm like, we need to FaceTime. I need to see your mouth.
Hello, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Sorry, Alaina didn't answer it properly.
Fine. I always had the theory that female action stars were better than the male because they did everything the men do, but in high heels.
Like short skirts. Yeah.
And short skirts. And I'm just wondering, Ruth, especially you, every costume you wear has these enormous high heels. How do you guys do it?
Honestly, I feel so sorry for Moira. Moira is in charge of our costume on set, and she spends a lot of time like helping me out of my shoes, into my shoes, out of my shoes, into my shoes, putting my green Crocs on, taking them off, green Crocs on, taking them off, and then like winter boots on, winter boots, like it's honestly, it's because it's really hard to wear these for 14 hours. But yeah, but women through time immemorial, like Ginger Rogers, like doing a really proud of Sarah, did sit backwards in high heels. And I think, yeah, it's, I like having my heels on. At the same time, yeah, it's literally a pain in the back. Literally. How about you? Do you wear heels also?
Yeah, the biggest problem, like I used to always make this joke when I played the Black Canary. Like I'd like go to do like a sit kick spin, and I'm like, we need to do that again because my heel got caught in my fishnets. Like it's a real thing. I don't know why it's not documented more in comic books, but those costumes do not stay on when you're like doing a flying kick through the air. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, you know, I had a fight the other day on the 100, and it was really cool because my double, Jean doubled me. Did I say that?
Tomo.
Yeah,
You know Tomo?
Here's my Tomo.
His partner is one of the top stunt women in the world.
Yeah.
She's awesome. And she was double.
So she's my double on the 100, and so we were talking, and she was my character. If you watch the 100, there's not a lot of high heels on that show.
Who watches the 100?
Awesome. So that was the first thing she said. She's like, man, this is so refreshing because so often, you know, she doubles women and she's doing everything in high heels. And really also the problem with that is like, there's nowhere to put pads. So a lot of times, like they're doing fights and they've got to wear exactly what we're wearing. So if you're doing a fight scene and you're wearing like a mini skirt and high heels, like the poor stunt person has no padding on. It's hard. So yeah, stunt performers are very underrated and they don't really get the respect that they deserve.
There's really simple things as well. Like there's some movement that you do as an actor that's halfway between a stunt, and I try to do as much of that as possible because I'm able. Except it's hard. Like it literally is like dropping to the floor when you're 6 inches higher than is. You know, it's an extra thing as you're saying Latin backwards while somebody's strangling you. You know, like, it takes a bit of skill, but yay women, yay us, we can do it. Thank you for your question. Did you see the Golden Globes the year that Tina Fey and Amy Poehler hosted? Did you see it? And they were all about Steve Carell and his 2 hours of makeup every morning for his prosthetic nose for that movie, Foxcatcher. And Tina Fey was like, wow, thank you. It takes me 3 hours every morning to play my role as human woman.
I went to, I think George Clooney was being honored that year, and they were talking about his wife and how accomplished she was. But let's talk about George Clooney.
You know, and how he would rather
She's like negotiated like world leader meeting.
And I remember their line was like how he loved to float off into space and die rather than spend time with a woman his own age, which was Sandra Bullock. And that awesome movie, I just forgot the name. Anyway,
I just read both of their books though.
Yeah.
Tina Fey and Amy
They're
Poehler.
so good.
If you haven't read their books, they're great.
they're awesome. Have you read them? Tina Fey, Amy Poehler.
They're great. Actually, listening to them because they both narrate and it's funny.
You read?
Great education on like how to get deals that you want and what it takes to really be successful in any business. Like it's relationship building and it's working out your own bullshit and
What bullshit? What bullshit?
all of it.
And you
Yeah,
read
yeah.
Michelle Obama's as well.
Yeah, so you guys read Becoming? That was my favorite book I read this year, I think. Hi.
Good day.
Hi. This question is for both of you, and it's a two-part. Have you guys read the Outlander series?
Sorry, two parts, okay. Have you seen how much I've struggled with one-part questions? You the first bit first, and we'll see how we go on.
Trust me, this will be okay. Have you guys read the Outlander series?
No.
I read the first book.
But you've seen the show?
No.
Yes.
I've met the cast. Does that count?
I envy you.
One of my best friends plays the red-haired witch of that show.
Well, my question is, who do you like better, Sam or Roger?
What was Roger?
Roger is the Scott from modern day who then goes back.
I don't get that far.
He's in the show.
Yeah, but not the first, not early, right?
He is with Brianna.
Oh yeah. I really like Graham McTavish. Press the button somewhere. I really love Sam. I love Katrina. My favorite is Lottie because she's the red-haired witch. I can't speak to Roger.
I'll watch it.
I like Roger because he can sing.
Oh, I see. No, I like a man that can sing too.
Sam's totally tone deaf. So.
Sam Hughes.
No, sorry,
Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah. Jamie's totally tone deaf.
He is the perfect Jamie, though, isn't he?
Yes.
Can I event drop?
Please.
So I was at the Golden Globes party for Outlander with my good friend Claudia, and then Ronald D. Moore was there. Am I saying his name right? The showrunner? Yeah? And he also made Battlestar, right? No, with Shepard. I was saying it wrong. Anyway,
He's a huge Supernatural fan.
well, so I was just so I'm amazed to meet this guy, this amazing accomplished man. He was like, my daughter loves Supernatural. Can I get a picture with you?
It was the same when I met him. Yeah, he was like, oh my god, yeah.
He's a lovely man. So is Diana Gabaldon's awesome. And she wrote those books. She's never been to Scotland, but she's been since. Is this an Outlander convention?
Now.
Was that 2 parts?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your question. Thank you.
Hello, hi. Brazilian, so hi from Brazil.
Oi! That's what we say oi.
Oi.
Oi. And what's my name in Brazilian?
Hoochie.
Yeah.
I'm a hoochie mama in Brazil.
So I would ask you guys, what are your plans after Supernatural probably?
It's funny. I haven't been on the show in like 7 years, so I'll just keep living. But but it does. It's a big part of my life, obviously. But obviously, like there's other aspects of life and career, and so often, as working actors, like you work on something.
Did you all sleep in? Where have you been?
Was there photos?
Yeah.
With more important people?
More important. Is Misha here?
Yeah. No, because it would be like empty. I'm working on a show right now, and hopefully, I drive my kids around a lot, like basketball practice and track, and gymnastics?
After the show, I intend to do supernatural reunion conventions till I'm 95.
We're gonna go to every city and country around the world.
Yeah.
We'll spend a lot of time in Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil.
Brazil loves us.
Brazil does love. Like, it's amazing. Have you all been to Brazil? Anybody here? Oh my word! How amazing! I came back with sore cheeks though.
Yeah, there's a lot of kissing.
Kissing.
I went out in Brazil too, they're fun.
And they offered to let you join in the kissing, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, there was like something going on. I was like, what is happening here? And there was like, I've never seen so many people kiss in one thing. And they were like, do you want to join? I'm like, no, but I don't watch. I'm not quite sure what is happening here, but I like it. Yeah. Y'all are wild.
Whereabouts in Brazil are you from?
I'm from Belo Horizonte. It's not very popular because people usually go just to Rio and São Paulo. But
Where?
It's in Fortaleza.
Fortaleza is where.
Fortaleza is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
It was amazing. Hope to go back.
Gucci and Helena.
Because somebody said to me, Hoochie, and Alaina was like, wait, what now?
Well, he said it like 4 or 5 times we're going out for dinner, and he's like, Hoochie, Hoochie. And I was like, did you just say Hoochie? He's like, yeah. And then of course he was so upset that he thought he offended you, and I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know if you guys
For 3 days, she couldn't stop laughing.
And then we were out for dinner like another night. Oh no, we were in our panel, and someone was like, so if Helena.
Hoina, and Hoochie.
I know, it's simple, but it was funny. I was like, of all the people, not her.
Of all the boring people to be called the whole.
It's just funny.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up? So my question is, if Rowena and Abaddon had their own spin-off show, what would it be called?
Awesome! Awesome!
I think it would be funny. It would be like, what do we do when we're not trying to like dominate the world? Like, it'd be like we're going to get our nails done and we're like, yes, and it was kind of like what Ruth and I do.
Mainly massages and pink champagne.
Yeah. On the beach in Fortaleza.
Yeah. Called Awesome. Thank you for your question.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, talking of awesome.
Yeah.
Come on. One last one, quickly, before we go. Go.
Hi, I'm Jamie. So my question is for Ruth, and it is, if Lucifer hadn't killed Rowena at that one time, do you think she would have developed that sort of empathy and for Sam's situation and everything and his trauma with Lucifer, and would he have developed that relationship with the Winchesters, or would she have and joined them in that way, or would it have changed it?
No.
Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes you gotta die for perspective.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to die 2 or 3 times. So,
And then it sticks.
yeah. Thank you for your question. No is a short answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 of the best dressed women in show business.
All the girls, Red.
All the girls on this stage right now, I do. Alaina Huffman and Ruth Connell. Hey, brother, what you going? Let's introduce our next panel, shall we?
Oh, yeah.